everybody, my name is Erik Brush, and you probably know me from some of my other wood burning videos. If you don't, welcome to the video. I'm a pyrographer. I've got 20 plus years doing this in wood burning and leather burning and paper burning, and well, I've just started with paper a few times. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit. I do these videos and I've given tips on techniques and how to do things, and of course I'm going to be making more of those. But a lot of people have asked me about some of the size of my burns. What size do you prefer to work on? And you know, size is really variable because I enjoy putting out a lot of different types of images, and I have a lot of things that I want to do. But of course, if you have a large size project, then you're going to have more difficulty getting that project completed. It's going to take longer. It's not because it's a harder project or an easier project. It just takes more time because of the sheer volume size. The one that everybody knows that I'm working on right now is my shark one with the that I call Outlawed Existence. This features a female great white shark. It's being burned on birch wood, which is my favorite wood to burn on. And this sheet happens to be 2 by 2, 2 feet by 2 feet. For those of you who do centimeters or metric system, this is 61 centimeters by 61 centimeters. And the largest burn that I've ever done is the one that you guys have seen, Prince of the Jungle, which I'm not going to pull it out and show you, but basically it's twice as long. It's 2 feet by 6 feet, or excuse me, 2 feet by 4 feet. What am I saying? So we have this burn, and this burn, like I said, it's a fun burn, but it takes time. So it's something that I work on as I feel like it, and sometimes I just don't feel like doing the shark, and I want to do something a little bit smaller. So I do have 2 other sizes of burns that I've been working on, just to kind of share with some of the people who have been following some of my burns or watching some of the things that I'm doing. The other 2 burns that I have one that I'm working on that's a Norse mythological burn. This one right here. This one is Rulers of Valhalla, and it'll basically wind up featuring 4 of the Norse gods from the old Norse mythology. So I have the goddess Freya here. She's still in pencil, but eventually she will be, wood burned in. I've got her 2 giant cats. We've got the 2 wolves of Odin, and I'll have Loki, Thor, and the god Odin with his 2 ravens there. It should make an interesting picture, and this is again something that I do, when I feel up to doing it, because I've got a couple different skillets in the fire, so to speak, or I've got a couple different projects going on at the same time. More recently, I've been working on something a little smaller, and it won't take quite as long. This is from the TV series Game of Thrones by HBO. That's the original. That's the picture that I'm working from, the photo. Here's the transposition, and it's filled in. And now what I'm doing is I'm just starting the burn right there. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to do it, just simply because it's got dragon scales in it. You have to get in the shading in between and then kind of darken it in. But overall, this won't take quite as long, and then of course I'll just create a border around the edge, some sort of knot pattern. That gives you an idea of some stuff that I'm working on, but basically burn sizes are variable, so it all depends on what you want to do. If you're trying to do something that you can get done in a short period of time, a burn like this, for example, is something that I teach in some of my wood burning classes, my pyrography classes that I've been doing out here locally, and these 2 things are like 3-hour burns. You may a little bit longer to embellish, but not much, and that's just something that was done spur of the moment to kind of fill in. Another burn that was done moderately fast was this one with the Norse knotwork. It's a little box, and it's not very big, and again a fun little burn to do, something pretty easy. You can do a lot of smaller burns, and the smaller burns are a lot of fun. These are again little boxes, and you've got the knotwork pattern inside, and then Chinese kanji in the middle, and they're a lot of fun. These are stained with an acrylic wash, which is basically acrylic paint with water mixed, and you dilute it down a little bit, then you go ahead and you add it over your burn area, and where you burned Once the stain has gone in, then you wipe out, you take a dry or a damp towel or damp rag and you just wipe over the surface. That gets any excess paint out of some of the darker lines that you want to remain dark, but it allows the areas that are still burned to go ahead and absorb, or not burned, to absorb the color that you want. You can do a lot of small burns, and small burns are fun. This is Tip and Stripe from my online cartoon series that's on Facebook. Very easy to do little cartoon type burns. Some of the burns that we do, you know, take a little bit longer. The lionfish, for example, tissue box. This is just to give you an idea of some of the burn sizes, because people are always asking me, what size is that? What size is that? And I can tell you dimensions and all of that, but it's just easier to show you. So I'm just kind of showing you a handful of different smaller, and then I'll show you some medium and larger sizes. So the burns that you see online, not everything is very large. You know, you'll see a lot of stuff that looks like it might be bigger than it really is, and it's not that big. And you can use a variety of different techniques with burns. For example, this one's just recently been, I kind of retouched this recently because I noticed that it had a little bit of fading on it, just from, you know, wear and tear, and I don't think I sealed it real well the first time, so I went ahead and I retouched it up. The mountains are done all in dots. It's stippling. It's just pointillism, if you want to call it that, but it's stippling is the actual term, and what it basically is creating an image from dots. This was made popular by the French painter Seurat many years ago, and of course in woodburning it translates very well out into mountains and rocky backdrops. You can do very well with dots, and it provides both texture and a nice surface like that. So that's done in dots. Some of these pieces are very, very simple. This is like a 5-hour burn, maybe a 3-hour burn at the most. You know, again, 4 hours tops, and a 4-hour burn. That's only because you have to do all the spot pattern. That's it. Pretty simple stuff. Some burns take longer. There's a little bit larger burn, one that we call Dad, that a lot of people are real fond of. And Dad took a longer time because he has a lot of hairs. There are, I believe, 79,000 individual, or 7,900, excuse me, individual hairs burned into this. Maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure if my count is correct on that. I'd have to look it up because I actually keep track of these things. But it was fun to do. It's a neat little burn, and you can see that it's a larger piece of wood. I believe the wood itself is 9.5 or 10 across. And you have a lot of these burns. Again, people are seeing them, and there was some confusion on the size of the burns. A lot of people think this one is bigger than it really is. It's just the size. It's not a real large burn. Ocean Warrior, for example, with Paul Watson. That's the size of the burn. It's not a massive burn, but it was a fun burn to do, you know. So that's the actual life size. All right. And then you've got burns like this is Fool Bull that was taken from Historical Archive of Native Americans. The size on these pieces is 12 by 12, or a foot. 1 foot by 1 foot. I believe that would be, let's see, we're talking about 30.5 centimeters or 31 centimeters, something like that, by 31. That's basically it for those that are doing it in metric. And this is another one, 31 by 31, the shark pulley. That's the actual size. Some of the ones that you see are a little bit bigger, longer. And again, this is all birchwood, or most of this is birchwood. I prefer birchwood. Predators of the World is actually done in, it's on birch, and it is actually, let's see, it's 1 foot by 2 feet, which is 61 or 62, yeah, 61 centimeters by 30.5 centimeters, basically. We have Smilodon, which was done a long time ago, and I just recently kind of retouched this a little bit over a period of time. Again, this was another one that didn't get sealed properly, and they wound up with a few fade areas, but was a lot of fun to do. And you know, these things take quite a bit of time to get some of them done, and others go a lot faster. But when you're doing your burns, there really is no right or wrong size, because a lot of people ask me, what's the ideal size to do? Whatever size you want, whatever you're making. You know, I've made burns that were tiny, little pieces that are done for earrings, jewelry, all sorts of things. I mean, you can use pyrography for all sorts of a wide variety of different objects and things. So basically, sky's the limit. Don't be intimidated by oh, this is one too, the wolf signs. Basically, this has been routed out, so these are actually life-size gray wolf or timber wolf rather paw prints. That's the actual life size, and they were routed into the wood to give it a 3D effect and then stained in. But basically, don't be intimidated by size. You can do, you know, they always say size matters. In wood burning, size really doesn't matter as much. It matters that you do good quality work, that you do work that you enjoy. So that's the big thing with wood burning. When you're doing wood burning, it doesn't matter the size that you do. It more matters that you're enjoying yourself, that you're having fun, that you're producing an image that you want, or if you're doing it for customers or clients, that you're doing it in a way that they want. And please stay tuned for some of my other videos, and you can we'll be talking about different techniques and all that, because I do get picked up. A lot of people try to pick my brain for ideas or tips or pointers on different techniques, or how do you do this, how do you do that, or how do you correct this, and we'll be doing more of those in the near future. So please stay tuned. If you want to check out my artwork, you can see some of it at my website, which is erikbrush.com. That's Erik with a K, E-R-I-K. Brush like hairbrush or toothbrush or paintbrush. It's a pretty good name for an artist. And you can also go on Facebook, because I probably have more stuff loaded on Facebook simply because it's easier to load than on my website. So you can go to The Amazing Art of Erik Brush. That's one of my Facebook pages. And just take a look there, and there'll be a whole bunch of artwork and art jewelry. You can take a look and see what I'm doing. And thank you very much for your time and for having a look, and have a happy day and a happy burning, and I hope that all your projects come out really well. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to contact me. I'm always happy to answer what I can or help out anybody that I can. And take care. All right. Bye-bye.